Namaste everyone. Today I am going to review a 1984 classic Nepali movie Basudev. Welcome to the first ever episode of Laghu Reviews. Vasudev is based on the novel Curtesy Chotpatak by Dr. Dhruva Chandra Gautam. Among many as Basanti, Rajamati, Masan, arguably Basudev is the best piece of work by Neer Vikram Sa, that too in his directorial debut. Success for me is a relative term, for me at least, and an absolute definition of success may indicate a person's moral ambiguity, or not. Who am I to judge, right? But as times change, many interpretations come along. The indicators of today's success for the very same person would not have been the same as it was a couple of decades ago. However, there will always be few black sheep who don't dilute success with materialism but prefer to filter it to drink a sip of what's right. Again, right too for me is a relative term, but let's not go there. It's 1984. Panchayat system or mandale as they put it still govern the nation. Modernization, or to be precise, westernization has grasped our societies. And the very society which now has set the standard for everyone has also created a thick and strong demarcation for the haves and the haves not. Benchmarking is such, the haves not are the wannabe haves, and in that herd of wannabes stands out our black sheep Bashudev. Vasu represents that pendulum segment of the society, even being educated, are suppressed. He represents poverty and struggle for bread and butter. He depicts deprivation. He represents the working class. He's the man with principle, but Basu is no god. He's merely a human, not free of flaws. Every night he would depend upon alcohol to take out all of his frustrations. He would ask his wife to return the newly bought purse to pay the debts. He would scold his father if his father desires a sweet dish once in a while. Vasu would spend a substantial amount of money on alcohol, but when people would come asking for payments, he would send his wife forward to make an excuse. All in all, for me, Vasudev is black and white. If he is not one thing, he is no grey. Okay, so here are some of the mid-to elements from the movie. The cast. The makers indeed have chosen a beautiful bunch of artists. Everyone in the supporting cast have done their part pretty well, though some of the actors, even having the capability to do more, were confined due to their limited screen space. Neer Vikram Sa as Kumar and Harihar Sharma as Vasudev as antagonist and protagonist have been successful to hold me from the very beginning till the end. For me, this is the best protagonist versus antagonist in the history of Nepali film industry. Period. A big shout out to Shakuntala Sharma as Savitri, Vasudev's wife, and my favorite Jitendra Mahat Abhilashi as the grandfather in his limited role is extraordinary. I just wished if he had more screen space to share. Another takeaway from this movie is the songs and the background score. As the credits starts to roll in, the background score carries the story well along. There are altogether 4 songs in the movies. Well, 3 of them are above average, but the one song I can listen a zillion times is Kun Mandir Ma Jancho Yatri. Composed by the veteran Ranjit Gajmer, sung by Robin Sharma, and of course written by the man himself, Mahakavi Lakshmi Prasad Devpota. Please don't mind me say this, but this is a pleasure of pure poetic orgasm. And the most beautiful part of this song here is, it righteously complements the story.
मंदिर माँ जाँचो यात्री कुन मंदिर माँ जाने हो कुन सामग्री पूजा गर्ने साख कसोरी लाने हो.
Okay, so the most overwhelming part of the film for me is its dialogues. If you're the kind of the audience who enjoys some strong conversations between the protagonist and the antagonist, or even the supporting cast, then Basudev is a gold mine. Some dialogues are just mind-blowing on a metaphorical level as well. For instance, when Vasudev is laid off from the college, his wife asks him, "You don't have your job, where do you go? What do you do?" Vasudev replies, "Sabi, म क्याम्पस तिरै जान्छु र त्यो क्याम्पसलाई हेरिरहन्छु जहाँ मेरो उमेर छरिएको छ, जहाँ मेरो जीवन छरिएको छ." If I keep going on, I'll be too excited to deliver the dialogues of the whole movie. Why don't you experience some of them yourselves? I hope I don't violate the copyrights.
दरिद्रताले तमा एउटा कम्प्लेक्स डेभलप भएको छ बासुदेव। त न अरू सुखले बाँचेको देख्न सक्छस् न आफू सुखले बाँच्न सक्छस्।
त मसँग किन भाग्दैछस्? किन तर्सँदैछस्? किन सोध आफैसँग? किनकि म तसँग बिकेको छैन। सफा छु, सफा।
सफल मान्छेहरूसँग दरिद्रहरू सधैँ यसै भन्ने गर्छ। त पनि त्यही कथा दोहोऱ्याउँदैछस्।
त सफल छैनस्। त मात्र धनी छस्।
त्यसको आदर्शले मेरो छाती खाइसक्यो। जहिले पनि जहाँ पनि त्यो मेरो अघिल्तिर टाउको उठाएर हिँड्छ, छाती फुक्काएर कुरा गर्छ। यस्तो लाग्छ त्यो मलाई च्यालेन्ज गरिरहेछ। च्यालेन्ज।
It's 1984-85. Movies like Terminator, Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom in Hollywood, Sarabi, Masal in Bollywood were released. And being just the 19th film in the young Nepali film industry history, Basudev had the audacity to present a subject matter so common, yet many makers would never have the courage of making of. I respect this courage of producer-director duo Mr. Binod Chaudhary and Neer Bikram Shah for making this gem. I'm personally not a fan of remake, but if you guys ever think of remaking this, it's even more relevant now. A movie that was way ahead of its time. Okay, so few other mentions. I loved from the very beginning till the end how Ghantaghar or time as metaphor was beautifully portrayed. The utar and chadav of Basudev at the lap of Ghantaghar.
त्यति बेला यो ठाउँमा आएर बस्दा मलाई एकदम शान्तिको अनुभव हुन्छ। म सारा कुरा बिर्सन्छु। मलाई यस्तो लाग्छ मेरो जिन्दगीको अन्त्य पनि यही ठाउँमा हुनेछ।
Also, me being a fan of lights and night sequences, always have a soft corner towards movies that artistically present the darkest hour of the day with beautiful light settings. In Basudev too, the night sequences act as a third character, complementing the most sensitive scenes. Well, I had to do this, but yes, there are loopholes. Too many coincidences. Well, they don't happen in our daily lives now, do they? Basudev's elder son runs away from the home at his childhood and coincidentally falls in love with Kumar's daughter. Vasudev's younger son coincidentally happens to have kidney failure when the story demands. Likewise, I smelled some Bollywoodish flavor. It may be me, but I can't control my frontal lobe to get rid of the comparison it makes with the epic Diwar scene between the two brothers. Also, the length of the movie could have been a little shorter. In an interview of Dr. Dhruva Chandra Gautam, he said when he was on the sets of Basudev, the script was left open somewhere in the corner and something else was being shot. At that very moment, he realized the art of filmmaking is a different ball game. Even so, this film deserved an artistic cinematic experience. What I'm trying to say is, for me, it would have worked perfectly fine even without the commercial elements of humor or love stories as subplots or even songs for that matter. Well, of course, apart from Kun Mandir Ma Jancho Yatri. But with all my heart and soul, I have a huge respect for Basudev. The link to the movie is provided below. You should definitely watch this, and trust me, you don't need the petty excuse of Nepali Chalchitralai Maya Garau, because it really deserves a watch. And hey, let me know if I should continue with the reviews in the comment section below.
तिमीलाई यो संसारमा सबभन्दा बढी कसको माया लाग्छ रन्जु?
तिमीलाई लाग्छ?
ओह, थ्यांक यू.
तिमीलाई कसको लाग्छ नि?
मलाई पनि मेरै माया लाग्छ रन्जु.